Okay. Okay, we late. I got a good quote from a YouTuber that I watch, Brittany Venti. Shout out to Brittany Venti. I like her content. She's cool. Um, she said I'd rather be prepared and late than unprepared and on time. So I was not prepared. So today I was late, but now I am prepared, and we here with Liza P. Now we might do some grinding. I don't know. We might do some grinding. But first order of business, let me shout the stream because we got this shop over here from Puccinella. He got some new shit at the shop. He got all his new shit, and I kind of want it. I kind of want all of it. Enhances guard performance. It can be triggered by using the grinder when guarding. Because it's fragile, it cannot be used often. Special grindstones are made to respond quickly in battle. These grindstones are made from artificial gems. So this is to help you block and shit. So there must be some difficult battles coming up ahead. You got a technique weapon, which is speed. The speed at which you can attack with the weapon. Then you got this Belfort multi-layer. Yeah, I want to buy all of these. Belfort fiber refined line. I want to buy all three of these. And I want this amulet because I think what's his name? Simon. I think he's a carcass. I don't think he's a human. I hate blue blood. My hatred and strength kept me moving, so I could change that out. So I want to do I want to go around and grind real quick. I want to buy this. I want to buy this weapon, and I want to buy these. So I need 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. So I need basically 10,000. So yeah, we gonna just grind on this stream. If y'all have any like video requests or anything like that, we could play them on the side. But yeah, we mostly gonna be grinding this stream. So if y'all want to hear some music, I'll put some music on, and we just gonna be grinding and just chatting it up. I'm gonna just put that. I'm gonna just make that clear. So just grinding ergo this stream. If you have any video or music requests, let me know. Grinding ergo this stream, and I'm gonna pin this at the top so people know. Let me know, and then we're gonna pin this at the top. Yeah, let's I'm gonna go ahead and share the stream out. Give me a second. My tablet. So I got the stream up and running. Okay, manually. I uploaded some videos to my YouTube from the last stream because we did a lot. We did a lot last stream. We did a hell of a lot last stream. We beat like, we beat one major boss, but then we beat like 3 bosses total. And we had an elite. We had an elite to deal. We had like 2 elites to deal with. 2 elites and 2 elites and like 3 different bosses. 1 major boss, 1 major story boss. And we kind of ran through that, like limited tries. The Walker of Illusions, I beat her in like what? 3 tries, maybe 4. 3, maybe 4 tries. I think that was my 3rd try. The corrupted parade master, I beat him in 2 tries. And the Brotherhood, I beat them in 3 tries. Yeah, so with this stream we just go on grind. So I like to play around with my weapon selection. You know, when we gonna try out this halberd. I look official, I ain't gonna lie. With the halberd. And what arm do I barely use? We can try it out. Modify Legion arm. I need one more to fully upgrade my shit. Yeah, let's try a different arm because we're just gonna be grinding the stream. We can just try a different arm, just because. I haven't tried the Pandemonium yet. We gonna fuck with that.
No matter what, face serving her. Welcome to
Polandina, what do you got at your shop? You still got moonstones and shit. What will it take to upgrade this halberd?
You're here.
Need 2 half moonstones and 1,000 ergo. Wait, I think I have some ergo chunks to cash out. Yep.
You're here.
So the max level for all these weapons is 10. Okay. I think for the sacred weapons it might just be 5 though. I need 2 full stone moonstone covenants. Okay. Wait, I didn't even share the stream trick. I got this blend. It's like a blend of like mushrooms. And it tastes just like coffee. If you have your creamer, some honey, and water, some ice, you got free iced coffee. It tastes like iced coffee, and it helps with your mood. It does everything coffee does plus more, and it's more healthy for you. Like, you won't get addicted to this. There's no caffeine in this. But it legit gives you energy and all of that. I got the oat milk creamer, some water. The one I got is called Rise. The mushroom powder, the grounded up mushrooms, and some couple dabs of honey. Mix that up. Coffee alternative. Cause I've never been a coffee guy. Cause coffee goes right through me. This is fine. This doesn't go right through me. I can't really do coffee though. I'm just sharing the stream. Give me a second. I'll be sharing it to like 15 different things. Chats. IG story real quick. Alright, boom. Here we go. Here we go. Stream and share it. It's gonna be a chill stream. If y'all got any video requests, any music requests, let me know. Look at the pinned comment in the chat. Let me know. Oh, I pinned the wrong comment. I'm tweaking. I'm going to pin this one. Alright, now look at the pinned comment. Look at the pinned comment. You got any video requests, music requests, anything like that, let me know. Because we're just grinding this stream. Just grinding, talking shit. I'm not doing nothing crazy. Because I want to unlock this. I want to buy everything in this new shop. That Puccinella's updated shop. So y'all know where I go. If you don't know, now you better find out where I go to do my farming. I go right here to Crack City Hall. And you could get like 1,000 ergo in like, you got like 1,000 ergo like every 30 seconds or some shit like that. Like on average type shit. So matter of fact, I'ma just do it like this. If y'all don't have any videos to request, I can play some videos I've been wanting to look at. Kill two birds with one stone type shit. Look at me, look at my sub box. Let's see what we got. Everybody live, oh shit. Anthony Edwards exposed by side chick, darn. See, these NBA players, you know, you young niggas be getting caught up. Like, it ain't really, yeah, I was looking at that. Yo, there was a leak. Marvel, Insomniac had like a bunch of files stolen from them. It was a leak. I don't really cover leaks. I don't do leaks because like even just talking about it just brings more awareness to it. I didn't do the GTA 6 leak. I'm not gonna do the Marvel leak, but that's crazy. Is how much Insomniac got taken from. If you want to go Google it and look it up on your own, that's it. But I just had to mention that because the scale of which they got caught lacking was crazy. As far as like how much information got stolen from. As far as like how much information got stolen from them. IGN gave this an 8. Anybody play the finals? I'm gonna look at this from Black Hokage.
What a weird mug.
What if I told you? Would you buy me with your JetBlue?
Lovely mug.
Apex is dead. Valorant's an acquired taste, so unless you want to subject yourself to all the cheaters in Modern Warfare 3's Warzone, I think it's safe to say there's a wide gap open for a new online first-person shooter. I think it's one of the main reasons why a certain sector of the gaming community continues to push the narrative that gaming is stale in 2023. Bad news for those people. You're loud and you're wrong, but the good news is that I might have something for you.
Oh my god.
I'm listening.
The name of the game is The Finals. Before we get into it, here's a quick disclaimer. The following video is not a full review. These are just some general impressions I have of the game after the first week of release. The meta of multiplayer games tend to evolve over time, so how I feel about this game could also change over time. Basically, take everything I say with a grain of salt. And with that being said, here's everything you need to know before you install The Finals. The Finals is a free-to-play online first-person shooter with crossplay available right now on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. It's developed by Embark Studios, which is a new dev team formed by some industry veterans. From my understanding, Embark is mostly made up of former DICE employees, which for those of you unaware, DICE is the studio behind the beloved Battlefield series, hence why you get to see a lot of this. I'm here with you. Is the objective in here?
Yeah, a lot of environmental destruction. I like that. I like that.
Watch that bomb. Oh my god. That's a sign. So you might be wondering what kind of shooter is The Finals. Well, I'm glad you asked. It's an objective-based shooter where multiple teams of 3 fight for control over the map. You're actually on a game show, and the goal is to rack up as much money as possible. At launch, there are 3 classes with each having their own weapons, skills, and gadgets. Those classes include light, heavy, and medium. The light class is the fastest, but it has the least amount of health. It has the ability to go invisible for short bursts, and they can usually be spotted with
hold on,
the medium class has a decent amount of health, assault rifles, shotguns, and they can summon a turret. The heavy class is the slowest, but they have the most amount of health, LMGs, a flamethrower, and abilities such as rushing through walls. Each class has multiple abilities such as the heavy getting an energy dome shield, but I haven't been able to test everything because usually I have to run tank for my friend group. Bottom line is, I will say the gunplay feels good, all the guns feel viable, and every ability is really cool to use as long as you use it as a team. Yes, teamwork is the name of the game. On occasion, I've been able to pull off some heroics, but I'd say 80 to 90% of my time with this game is spent sticking with my team. So if the solo run and gun power fantasy of Call of Duty is more of your speed, you might not enjoy this game. This game punishes people who act like Miles Morales.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna do my own thing. The respawn times can be long, and in tournament mode, a team wipe leads to your team losing cash. It was frustrating at first, but once you accept the game for what it is, there's a good time to be had here. It's a blast when you and your teammates are in alignment. One moment, the enemy team thinks they're about to cash out on the objective, and the very next, your squad is just rushing through the wall in sync like...
It's gonna be man.
The only flip side
now watch
to
I
this
get
is
copyrighted
that
for that.
Very sweaty. That being said, The Finals does offer a sense of satisfaction other shooters on the market can't for me at the moment, and that's because you do have to overcome a lot to win. I mean, look at the destruction. That's one of the key selling points of this game, and you have to overcome a lot of it. You can blow up most things in this game. Is the objective above you, but the enemy team is sitting on it? Well, blow the floor from up under them with an RPG. Problem solved. Is the objective in a small room inside a house where there's only one way in and one way out? Man, fuck that.
I'm getting a call.
Tell your heavy to rush through the wall and make a way.
B.
What impresses me most though about the destruction is that this game,
go.
it's well optimized. My PC's old now, so I've been playing my consoles more as I save up to upgrade my rig, and I've been playing the finals on my Xbox Series X, and the frame rate never drops. I am thoroughly impressed how this game runs on console for being so chaotic, and the best part is that it still looks good graphically, so it doesn't feel like they sacrificed anything in terms of graphics for performance. But seeing as this is a free-to-play game published by Nexon, I was worried some key features would be locked behind a paywall, but I'm happy to report that from my experience, it seems you can have fun without spending spending a dime. I haven't spent any money on this game. In just 1 week of playing this game, I've been able to unlock every weapon that I've wanted in a timely manner and even some skins for those weapons. A battle pass is present in this game, but most of the items locked in it are just premium skins for those who want to further support the game. Based on my first impressions, I'd say this is not a pay-to-win game. All guns and abilities can be unlocked fairly quickly from just playing it. But with that being said, I do have a few critiques for this game. The first of which being that one of its greatest strengths is also one of its greatest weaknesses. As cool as it is sometimes, the destruction does get in the way or it creates some unfair scenarios. I recall a moment where an enemy blew off the roof of the building I was on and the building spliced into the top of the building and I got stuck in the geometry. There's also been moments where the objective is high up on one of the platforms and it can't be reached because the enemy team blew up the rope to get away. If you don't have a jump pad or someone with a zip line, then your team is basically screwed. It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens enough that I thought I'd bring up that sometimes the destruction can be a little OD in this game. At least keep some jump platforms or zip lines always available to get to the objective, because the randoms you with might not have the gadgets you need, and this is a team-based game. My other issue with the game involves the UI. It was a bitch adding people to your friends list via crossplay. I remember my boy and I sat on the main menu for like 30 minutes trying to add each other before we were able to break through. The good news is that when you do break through, the game does work. Just be aware that it might be a hassle to set up. Last but not least, I'd like to see them add more game modes over time. At launch, there's only 3 modes and 2 are kind of similar. I'd also like to see them tweak the quick cash mode. I don't like how you have to defend the ATM for a long period of time to get the cash, because what often happens is your team will defend the objective and in like the last 10 seconds will somehow lose it, and because it's an all or nothing mode, there goes 20k to the other team who didn't even have to work for it. I prefer a mode where the cash slowly drains over time and the team with the most money at the end of the round wins. It just seems more fair, but hey, what do I know? I'm not a game dev. What I do know is that the finals is a fun shooter, it's free, and it has crossplay. If you're in the market for something new, I'd say boot it up on your platform of choice and download the game. And while you have the finals downloading in the background, why not use this free time to check out some more of my content? On the screen, you have 2 options. To the left is a video titled "Everyone Hates Baldur's Gate 3. It's just me poking fun at all the bad reviews people left on Baldur's Gate 3 after the Game Awards. If you want a good laugh, go ahead and click that card, check it out. And to the right is a card that will take you to my first impressions of Alan Wake 2. Great game. If you want to learn more about why it won so many awards at the Game Awards, just click the card to the right. Once again, thank you for watching, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Rest easy with Celestial Seasoning Sleepy Time Tea. Put some magic in your mug.
Earlier today, it hit the sub chat, the subgroup. The sub chat. I can't talk. It touched the group chat. Bad news for fans that are looking forward to Wolverine, Insomniac's Wolverine, the creators of Spider-Man, their new game. There are Wolverine PS5 leaks that are spreading around. Insomniac Games has seemingly been hit with a ransomware attack with the data set to be sold. So basically, Insomniac has apparently been hacked. And there's someone going around shopping their data, their private info, basically. Among the potential proof of the attack, the group who did it share a set of information, and among that includes 2 images of the game itself. In those images, you can see what looks to be Wolverine gameplay shots, and there's also employee information that was supposedly been taken as well. The group says Insomniac has 7 days to respond, or it's being sold to anyone willing to spend roughly $2 million. Y'all think Insomniac gonna pay that fee? I call cap on that. I don't think Insomniac's gonna pay it. Fucking who has that money? Like leak it, bitch. What do you got? Fucking Lizard Squad back on that bullshit. I hope they don't pay him. Like, whatever, dude. We all know Wolverine's coming. Yo, shout out to King Juice with the sub. Appreciate it. Why do people do stuff like this is the better question. You know what sucks about this too? Insomniac has had a rough week. They just lost 7 times in a row at the Game Awards because Spider-Man 2 didn't win anything. So, you know, they didn't say anything publicly, but you know, to some degree, they're probably at the studio feeling a little bit down about it. Not like super down. At the end of the day, they did make a good game. Let's get something straight. Spider-Man 2 is a good game. But you know, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be recognized amongst their peers. If you say otherwise, use a motherfucking lie. And this is how, like, why not go after Ubisoft or Activision? You know, like, leak all the new Call of Duty skins that are coming, so at least our wallets could be prepared. Why go after Insomniac? Insomniac ain't bothering nobody. Hack one of these dickhead ass companies. But I think it's kind of corny that they hacked Insomniac after they just lost at the Game Awards. It's like, bro, you just at that point, yeah, hack 2K, just kicking them when they down. So with that being said, don't be surprised if some news comes out in the next few days. Well, next week involving because you know this could be a pump fake that could just be pressing them. There's a reason why they say don't negotiate with terrorists. But don't be surprised if next week some Wolverine gameplay or some screenshots or something comes out via Reddit or 4chan or something like that, and then it starts circulating on Twitter. What I will say is if these hackers do leak any gameplay for this or any screenshots, I would advise you not to post it. If you want to retweet it, somebody else who posted it, go for it. But do not post it, because I guarantee you when this shit gets leaked, I don't think Insomniac's going to pay this fee, but Insomniac is on standby. They got the red button ready. They're calling Elon. And they're saying, look, if there's some Wolverine screenshots that appear on the website, hit the red button. Nuke their ass. Don't post no shit. That's what happened with, what was it? Suicide Squad. In one of my TikToks, you remember when it leaked that it was supposed to be a looter shooter? This is before anybody even knew. They had like the microtransaction screens and shit. All I did was post a screenshot from Twitter in my TikTok, and that shit got taken down. I didn't care because I don't care about my fucking TikTok. But yeah, be careful about that shit. Don't post no stuff like that. Shout out to Mr. Flexin' a lot. So now you are in the know. Let's move on to the sub box. Remember the GTA 6 leak? They got him out of here. They got him the fuck out. You ain't heard from him since, huh? Why are they reviewing a game that ain't even on the store no more? Payday 3, I don't care. Consonants, what is this? United 1944 early access trailer. Trucks and Logistics Simulator. Ew, what the fuck? Assassin's Creed Mirage New Game Plus. Skull and Bones closed beta trailer. Let's go. Blood Bowl Season 3. I don't care about that. Animal Royale Season 10. This is to look at how your 2023 went on Xbox and PlayStation. What does that mean? I don't need a recap of what I played on Xbox. Enshrouded official overview. Bing, 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 bing. Octopath trailer. I don't care about that. What is that, Sauce?
This, I believe, is the future of video editing and content creation. Look at what's happening here. Selecting part of the
AI
face,
tech.
and he's putting raccoon head, back view, 3D animation. And this is the result. Here he is running raccoon head 3D animation.
That's crazy.
Here it is from this angle right here. So this is
Stuff like this is really cool. I love stuff like this. But let's get something straight. I'm going to take a wild, educated guess here and say Pika Labs will not be cheap. Like, don't get too excited off of this. This is not easy to do. I'm pretty sure this is going to be expensive if you want to use this software.
Labs Modify Region just released about a week or two ago.
Yeah, I seen it yesterday for the other day. We talked about it.
So this is Captain Haha doing some snaps. Here is Martin
Pika
Harlan,
1.0.
another example.
You know what's scary about this stuff is this is Pika 1.0. Like, this is the worst we're ever gonna see AI. It's only gonna get better. That's the scary part about this shit. E3's dead officially. I saw. Isn't there like an E3 is dead article every year? Like, you guys don't have to constantly spam it. This shit's been dead, bro.
Welcome back to
you guys want to talk about it, huh? Like, I wasn't even gonna talk about that shit. Come on, y'all. Oh shit. E3 is dead for good now. Like, I saw this on Twitter. There's a reason why I didn't respond to this. Cause I'm like, nigga, you been dead. The fuck are you talking about, bro? I could have swore there was an article that came out and said they died last year and the year before that. Who gives a fuck? This shit is dead. We got the Game Awards. We got Summer Games Fest. The unfortunate thing about E3 is it died because it didn't evolve and it's no longer needed. With the internet, you can go directly to your fan base. So why waste your time paying a bunch of money for a third-party event? Paying for expensive booths when you can go directly to your fan base with a state of the play, Nintendo Direct, Xbox Workshop, or whatever the fuck they call it. Yo, shout out to B Hunter. Like, it's just, it didn't evolve with the times. So it is what it is. Should have added some type of value to the customer. Work was too slow, so I pulled up. True. What up, Sif? But yeah, E3's officially dead. Don't expect for it to come back next year. I didn't anyway, so whatever. Consonants. What is this? Graphics are crispy. Womp to E3. And part of it is kind of sad because like that was like my childhood. Like E3 doesn't hit the same because television doesn't hit the same. Like I said, it's the internet. But like when I was a kid, yo, deadass, like we did used to sit around like the television, like it was like the Super Bowl of gaming because that's like all we had. But now you have so many different outlets. It's not even an argument. To be fair to E3, I know it's fun to clown people. To be fair to them, it's not even an argument of E3 fell off. It's just natural evolution. Like things evolve and they change and they weren't able to keep up with the times. And like everything else, you know, shit comes and goes. Yo, shout out to C. Belush and Salem Witches with the subs. Appreciate you. Yo, shout out to X Blanche with the sub as well. Did you see the mouse FPS trailer? Nah, we'll get to it. Yo, the graphics are really crispy in this shit. Too bad it's a 2D platformer Metrovania game. I'm not playing this shit. Such a bummer though. Like you said, it comes and goes. Yeah, I can say that I've been 7 times, so you know. Sucks if you never got to go, but you know, whatever. Oh shit. To be fair though, for those who it was like your dream to go to E3, it's overrated. It's like going to Six Flags. You hurry up and wait. United 1944. Another first-person shooter set in World War II. I'm telling you. There needs to be a conversation.
So, what are you gonna ask Santa for, iPhone?
Oh, I want Santa to give me all the AI stuff he got you.
Oh, well, actually...
Like Magic Editor, for removing and rearranging stuff in photos.
Yeah, but...
Oh, or Best Take, or Audio Magic Eraser.
iPhone.
You were so smart to ask for all that stuff last year. But this year, the big man is gonna hook me up.
iPhone.
What?
Santa didn't give me any of that stuff.
Are you joking?
Nope.
What? Then who gave it to you?
A bunch of Google engineers?
Can Santa give me a bunch of Google engineers?
A little to the left.
Okay.
No, your other.
I got it.
Perfect.
Cheese.
Conversation that needs to be had with Americans' weird fascination with World War II. How many, like, 1944? How many years ago was that? Let me put it. What the fuck is this? Bruh. Fucking shit. My computer's been acting weird. Let's see here. 2023 minus 1944. 79. We're going on 80 years. I mean, that rounds up if you want to be honest. That rounds up. Freaking why does it say the trailer right there? We're going on 100 years. 100 years ago that Paul stormed the beaches of Normandy. He stormed the beaches of Normandy so he can come back to America so he can call you and I nigga. Don't forget that part. That's the part of the history they leave out. It was 100 years ago. Paul and Graham stormed the beaches of Normandy. Graham was in the back fucking building the tanks and shit like Rosie the Riveter so they could fight for their freedom to call you and I nigga and every other goddamn racial slur. And also fucking redline and deny you loans at the bank. Man, fuck this shit, bro. I do not care. I do not. Like, let this shit go. Punk ass niggas, bro. Do something about Russia and China right now. Them niggas punking us right now. Fighting for less rate. Like, this shit looks so boring. I'm good off this. World War II shooters. This is a genre. I don't want to say retire it forever, but World War II shooters need to retire for at least 15 years. 10 bare minimum. 10 bare minimum. I don't want to see another World War II shooter for at least 10 years. Because, like, you can't miss what's always in your face. Like, god damn, bruh. New Game Plus. I barely beat this game, let alone want to play it again. The fuck? New Game Plus. What's in this shit? Yeah, trash ass Bassam. Bassam is the Zion Williamson of assassins, just this fat fuck. I hate this nigga, bro. Yo, shout out to Phantom with the sub, appreciate it. I seen big streamers playing Baldur's Gate 3 now after the awards. Yo, I got the funniest fucking TikTok last night, bro. I'm not gonna say this name because I don't want people to think like I'm talking shit. I don't have any like issue with this person, but it did make me fucking laugh, like the ignorance. And it sucks because it was a brother too. It was a brother. It was this TikToker. He posted this video and he was basically just crying about how Spider-Man got beat out by Baldur's Gate 3. And he's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna take the chance so you guys don't have to. This nigga opened up his Steam on TikTok, right? And he was like, I'm gonna play this game, Baldur's Gate 3, to try to figure out what's this game about? Why did it win Game of the Year? You saw it, right? Okay, and then this nigga's first complaint was, he's like, all right, so I already caught one red flag. He's like, I'm on Steam and the game is $60. He's like, I don't know about that. That's kind of problematic. Games, first of all, games are $70 now. $60, $70 is the standard. I'm like, my nigga, you're reaching. You want to hate this game so fucking bad. It makes, like, when I see stuff like that, it makes me want to like Baldur's Gate, and I haven't even fucking played it, bro. I'm like, you're just being a dickhead, and I'm just like, yo, as a brother, like, brother to brother, you don't have to do this. There are other ways to get views. So, like, I'm sitting there watching this shit, and I'm like, yo, are you serious, my nigga? Like, are you just doing this shit for, like, fucking views, bro? But he was just like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And then he's like, by the way, I'm live right now, so join my live stream from this video, and we're gonna figure out if this game really is game of the year. But he was acting like, the tone of the video was like, he was acting like Baldur's Gate 3 just came out of nowhere. And like, for those who are unfamiliar with the game, Baldur's Gate 3 sold 20 million copies in the first month. Its current Metacritic is, let's see, I think it's a 96. Baldur's, yeah. Its current Metacritic is sitting at a 96. This game is almost sitting at 100% Metacritic. I don't know if y'all can see that shit right there. My bad. People like the game, and if it's not for you, that's okay. But like, it didn't come out of nowhere. And just to put things in perspective, 22 million in 1 month. Imagine what it's gonna sell in a year, especially after, because when you win Game of the Year, it's gonna boost your sales. People are like, what the fuck is this shit? Versus Spider-Man. Spider-Man sold 5 million copies in the first month. I hate to break it to you, the game wasn't that relevant. It was relevant to the PlayStation fan base, and it was a good game. It was a good game, but it's just one of those things. It's like that joke I was talking about yesterday, a tweet I seen. Somebody was like, Spider-Man is the Call of Duty of single player games. And like, it sucks, but it's like, low key, like, you niggas are kind of proving it. Like, these dudes don't play the games, but I'm just like, yo, you didn't find anything. This game sold 20. Do you understand how well most games do not even sell 20 million copies in its lifetime? Like, that's really fucking amazing. And 5 million is amazing too, by the way. It's just not 20 million. But anyways, I was just like, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, man, come on, my brother, you don't got to do this shit, dog. Come on, man. 1,000 lashes. What Dr. Umar say? 1,000 lashes, bro. Game Awards is just be exposing people. Just be exposing people, bro. Anybody gonna play the closed beta for Skull and Bones? It snuck up because all I seen was Spider-Man 2 gameplays on YouTube. All right, so here's the thing too. Y'all got to realize, just because, first of all, your algorithm, there are plenty of Baldur's Gate videos on YouTube. It's your algorithm. Your algorithm is based off Spider-Man. It's based off what you watch. Never forget that. There's plenty of content on there. And then second of all, it's like, it just reinforces people live in a bubble. But it doesn't mean that your bubble is correct. And just be open to shit. I signed up for the PS5 launch for Paragon. True. You ain't got a lot to kick it. I lost my train of thought. But that shit had me laughing. Did you see the Twitch news about black content creators putting photos of white men on display? Yeah, I seen that. That's why Siggy got a I was laughing about it yesterday. That's why Siggy has a picture of a big titty anime girl now. He's about to turn into a PNG tuber. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. I might make a white avatar too. We might do like White Man Wednesdays. What y'all think about that? Like, I could play a character the whole. What's up, guys? Welcome to White Man Wednesdays. Yeah, like his VOD. So like he made there's this thing called PNG tubing. It's like VTubing, but you just use an image and they make the mouth move. So like his VOD had 300 views from the day before. So then he made an image of a white man and he made his mouth move whenever he would talk. He basically cosplayed a white man, and his VOD has like 20,000 views on it, basically. So yeah, we might do White Man Wednesdays. Like, what's up, guys? We're gonna be doing some taxes today on stream. Will you say the N-word on those days? Yeah, I mean, white folks say N-word. Like, come on, white folks say the N-word all the time. Why can't I say it if I cosplay a white man? What the fuck? Stop. And then when I cosplay as a white man on stream,
Sophia Lee, thank you for the follow. Hey, how you going? How you doing?
Dave Chappelle say, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, nothing can stop a white man except for pedophilia accusations and kicking puppies. If you don't do those two things, as a white man, you're pretty powerful. Goodbye, fried chicken. Hello, right? I love Chappelle's show. What if someone clips it and it goes viral just for people to find out who you are? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. Niggas on like that type of stuff. Like niggas only cover me when something negative or stupid happens anyway. Like I just seen a tweet and like I hope this doesn't come across as like some hater shit, but like Dextero posted a tweet saying Pokey announced her brand new podcast. I'm like, bruh, we've been doing a podcast since 2013. It's one of the number one. It's ranked in the top 30 in terms of gaming podcasts. Dextero never covered us. Like, niggas never cover us unless we do something negative. So if I got to be a white man, whatever, bro. Let me stop, bro.
Shrouded. In this episode, we will give you an inside look at how we create a game world. When creating a game world, developers must choose between procedurally generated.
So you guys are black and unproblematic.
By an algorithm or handcrafted
I say nigga, that's problematic.
For our game,
I like the Christmas tree. Yeah, an old friend set it up for me. An old friend.
The locations, terrain, and world.
Am I thinking about playing Baldur's Gate 3? Possibly. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Where is XDefine? Like, I think that's the only reason I've been playing Warzone. Like, I feel like I need a multiplayer game I could just chill on. Maybe it's the finals, but the finals is so buggy. That shit don't be working right. Like, I feel like I'm getting burnt out on single player games, and like I just want like a multiplayer game that I can chill on, like Apex, but I'm burnt out on Apex. So I'm like, yo, where the fuck is XDefine? It's coming soon. It's cooking. Yeah, all right. That shit is Ubisoft. I don't trust them. I didn't like the finals. Roblox. I'll play Roblox as a joke for a video, but I would never play that shit seriously. What is this shit?
A strange, wonderful.
You see what I'm talking about? Like, look at these fucking trailers, man.
It also.
Why not a huge sword on top?
Go back to Street Fighter. Street Fighter is nothing but sweats, and the problem is I'm so out of practice. I'm gonna just get washed, and I don't really care to sweat that hard. Like I lost my will to fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care to sweat. I'll probably come back to Street Fighter when Akuma drops, because yeah, I love Akuma, but like right now, there's no character like I really want to play like that. It is what it is, though. Let's hop into. Did I scroll all the way down? And my computer acting stupid as shit. Tekken 8 is coming though. Aki was mid too. Yeah, I wasn't like a big fan of any of those characters. Like I'm just waiting for Akuma. Oh, here's the trailer y'all was talking about. Mouse. What is this shit? Mouse? It's only one mouse I know. Where my team? My team. Get money with my team. This nigga was 12 smoking a za. Y'all niggas y'all not from the rack. Oh my God, yo, that reminds me. Money with my team. Sneeze. Y'all don't know about that little mouse. That's the only mouse I know. I just remember there's a Chirac video game that Ethos put me on to. I'm gonna bring it up on stream. I was gonna ask, like, should we play this or not, chat? This shit is mad ignorant, but hold on, let's play this trailer real quick.
Feeling this isn't over yet.
The graphics on this are crazy. I'll be back when Dudley returns. Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, the aesthetic and like the art style, the graphics are crazy. Like this is back in the era when they used to let the N-word fly like crazy. And like I can really feel it in the art style. My only question with this game is once you get past the gimmick of the aesthetics, mechanically, I'm not seeing anything special. It looks like a generic first-person shooter. Am I hating? Let me know. Yeah, these them Jim Crow cartoons. The graphics on this is really carrying. But yeah, like other than that, like if you look at it, it's just kind of a generic shooter. I think this game would really benefit from dropping another trailer where the developers talk about, hey, besides the art style, this is also what makes our game special. Kind of like, because like I'm not gonna lie, my favorite recent shooter outside of multiplayer in terms of single player is Doom Eternal. If you have not played the recent Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Amazing shooter. And the creativity in that game is it constantly forces you to move because in order to heal, you have to kill. So you have to constantly be swinging around, destroying things, using the environment. Like there's actual creativity in that shooter. So like it's hard for me to like look at some of these shooters and be like, it looks like another generic shooter. We need some innovation, bro. Where the fuck is Titanfall 3 at, bitch? You feel me? What shooter? Doom Eternal. It's probably cheap on Steam too. That shit is fire. You playing Alan Sleep tonight? I don't know if Siggy wants to play the finals. If not, I'll probably hop on that joint. But this looks all right. I'll say it looks all right. Ubisoft dropped the new Skull and Bones trailer. Yeah. I just played it. That shit was ass.
love music so much. It keeps me glued to life.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds. As owner of Mint Mobile, my goal is to spend as little as possible on things like commercials, so we can pass more savings to customers. And when I saw what they're charging for holiday-themed stock videos these days...
Hello. It took a whole, a long time. But I really do feel like we're kind of back.
But whatever, it's fun. It's fun. It's cheesy. It's corny. It's fun. It's stupid.
Hello.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
I'm not calling
I'm a propagandist.
What do I want? I don't want real people. I'm trying to become a streamer. Give me the most fake people and just put me right next to them.
No, I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then, I'm
saying I am.
Wait. It's so laughable to me that you have a guy like him.
It's the gaslighter strategy.
Hold on. Wait.
And not because I'm a propagandist. As far as me being a propagandist goes, everyone is a propagandist. I'm just honest about it. You're a propagandist.
Just gonna give that back. Hold on, wait.
Oh, you want to get rid of it?
That's you.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's all you, bro.
Wait, what?
Bro!
I'm a time traveler. That's why I'm a pedophile. It used to be illegal in my day and age. You look 16.
The woman. What? I'm toxic. You understand that I'm toxic? I'm not the person you're supposed to look up to right now.
No, wait. We love women.
But not like
the guy that I was like, I don't need to listen to my parents. I can listen to my streamer growing up. And now this guy's turning around saying everything I fucking heard and I told my parents to off about. And now I'm like, dude, I don't know. Maybe I hedged my bets in the wrong place.
Do you guys have friends?
I do my content completely different from every other YouTuber.
Creativity, let's be real.
What do you mean?
But the truth is, most people don't do that on YouTube. Most people are more lazy.
You don't do anything creative at this point.
All the red pill people that I fight against, that I say like you shouldn't do this, is how you build a healthy relationship. All of those things are things that I do, unironically, in the worst way.
Friendly reminder, nothing is real that you see online, okay?
I recently stumbled on a clip from an Asmongold stream titled, "This is Why People Hate Streamers." It shows XQC wasting a lot of money in a very short period of time, and it's what got me thinking about this project in the first place.
So each ball is $3,000. These are all $3,000, guys. This is $3,000. $3,000. So 585,000 down to 432,000 in 1 minute.
That's more than $150,000 in a minute, more than some doctors make in a year. It's important to note this likely isn't XQC's money, but rather a balanced gambling sites will allow him for promotion purposes. Either way, the point Asmongold is making is valid, that this extravagant overindulgence and materialism is off-putting to a lot of people, although from where I see it, this is just a small part as to why people hate streamers. If at any point during this video you find yourself wondering, who is this? Who are these people? It's not important, they're just names. Asmongold expands on this point of jealousy in an earlier clip. He's talking about the increase in popularity for streamers during the pandemic.
In like, let's say 2020, streamers and like content creators, their popularity like skyrocketed. So I think that there's a lot of people who they see this and they thought that like, oh, this streamer was my friend. You know, these are like the jaded parasocial Andes that thought that they had a lot in common with the streamer, and then they realize this person's in the 1% making $1 million a year, and it's like, wait a second, this person isn't my friend. I don't make any money. I can't get a job at Walmart.
While being a successful streamer who makes $1 million a year is an enviable position to many, what he's kind of skimming over here, and an important part of all of this, is how the pandemic played a big role in popularizing streamers. Whether they were aware of it or not, they wound up capitalizing on the biggest catalyst to the epidemic of loneliness and social ineptitude. No matter how you perceived the pandemic and the lockdowns, it was bound to affect your outlook directly, or at the very least the outlook of the people around you. There's just a small small group of people who can claim they directly benefited from the pandemic, and streamers are in that group. The loneliness caused by the lockdowns led to the parasocial behavior that streamers benefited from. Parasocial referring to a connection between a person and someone they don't know personally. Even though parasocial behavior is something that's being brought up more and more, it is often used as a vague scapegoat in passing. The fact that parasocial behavior is now a two-way street is overlooked.
And there's a lot of power that fans have over their creators. And oftentimes when I talked about parasocial relationships, I talked about how fans could be susceptible, maybe too attached to the creator. Most of the time, I've noticed over the past couple of years, it works in reverse. Creators, singers, artists are so susceptible and so obsessed with what their fans say. They look up indirects of what people are saying. They look at all their tags, all their mentions, all their DMs, and they form what they do in their life to heed to a lot of the requests of the fans.
Ludwig is one of the few people who is willing to talk about parasocial behavior at any length within the streaming community. Not very often, but still. His video, I Am Not Your Friend, kicked off this conversation, although it's hypocritical in some ways and has been sort of mocked into something less serious. More recently, he has pointed out the effect parasocial connections can have on streamers themselves. First, even though it's nice that Ludwig now points out this two-way dynamic, of course Ludwig, a streamer, is going to see the effect of parasocial relationships on his peers more than in the personal lives of his audience. Second, this two-way street must be viewed as a singular dynamic, not two separate issues for the sake of determining who is more influenced. The streamers influence the viewers, and the viewers influence the streamers. If the audience is overusing streams and social media as a crutch for their lack of socialization, that could impact the people they watch. If the streamer is going to pander to such an audience for the sake of maintaining their attention, they might dumb down the content to avoid the risk of offending them out of fear of backlash. This is a negative cyclical effect. It is socially detrimental to both the streamer and the audience. The prospect of attention, adoration, and fame often becomes more important to the streamer than any sense of artistry, which is why the same trends are rehashed over and over again. They want a sense of safety and security in the content they provide. The opinions they give all seem Twitter approved, and it's all becoming so tired and monotonous. This is the attitude much of the poggers community has adopted, which has resulted in these high school musical kind of antics which would only work in this stale media environment. An organization like OTK gives off the vibes of being an irresponsible frat house full of children who can't control themselves. And considering some of the internal problems they've had over the last year or two, I'd say that's a rather accurate assessment. They are hardly the kind of people you'd want to have influence over the youth. The term influencer is a bit derogatory, and with good reason. Celebrities have been around for hundreds of years, but there were other words to describe their occupation: athlete, actor, musician, television host, news anchor, etc. Nowadays, we simply use the word influencer because advertisers and sponsors aren't concerned with their talents or skills, or lack thereof. They only recognize them for their ability to influence an audience well enough to be able to market to them. But surely some of these influencers are a genuinely positive impact on the youth, right? For many, Pokimane comes to mind when thinking of who may be a good role model in the streaming space. Pokimane has been involved with certain situations in a way that I personally don't like, calling out someone else's sponsors, Gideon being permanently banned off Twitch, copyright striking a YouTube channel for making content about her tweets, advocating for the legislation of trolling, trying to control people's perspective of XQC's $100 million kick deal, etc. But I'm not going to focus on those individual incidents here. I'm going to take a look at her overall demeanor and behavior as an influencer. It's a very common thing to hear from Pokimane's critics and peers alike that she is fake.
I'm just so curious. Why did you call me the most corrupt person on Twitch? I just want to know. And then we could move on. I'm just so, because to me, that was, I thought that was like a little funny. So I would love to hear your side of it, and then we can move on,
That's like the third fake laugh she's emitted in this like 1 minute clip that we're not even halfway into yet.
It just makes her look fake. Why is she speaking and laughing like that? It's so weird and eerie. Her forced fake laugh is so cringe. How do people watch this?
She wants to appear all cute and innocent in front of the camera, and if you attack her for acting this way, people are like, oh, well, she's just having fun. She's just being herself. Yeah, no, this is definitely a fake-ass persona. She portrays herself as a cute, bubbly girl so no one can talk shit about her content, because she's just so innocent.
She's one of those girls that's fake and pretends to be nice to get ahead. Phony main acting allows her to get away with things without being called out on it.
And it might just be because I'm manic, but I also think that I'm not completely wrong. That Miz, Hassan, and now Pokey are fake bitches.
She is so fake. It is infuriating.
Going after the two dudes extreme adamantly, while not only having a close friend that does it, she's more of a friend with her than she is of us probably, right? And actually watching it, I think that's weird. I'm sorry. What do you want me to say about it, man? That's a problem.
Pokimane is fake and two-faced. She'll say one thing around one person and a completely different thing around another person.
I don't think this is true. I think the reason that she mentioned him was because she was trying to farm clout and relevancy in a era where she doesn't really have any at the moment. Like the Twitch space, you know?
So yeah, a lot of people have pointed out Pokimane's fake attitude, but proving a character judgment without a shadow of a doubt is incredibly difficult, if not outright impossible. Pokimane and her defenders could always just say, no, that's really her personality, she's genuinely that positive. You just think that's a fake laugh because you don't have the advanced sense of humor that Pokimane does. And there's not really a scientific or concrete way to refute that. But this isn't a court of law, it's the court of public opinion, so I'll do what I can to make a compelling case anyway. A lot of people criticize Pokimane for having a PR voice, a disingenuous tone for the sake of her image. Here's a clip of Pokimane addressing that claim.
It is insane the amount of people that will call you fake or yell PR voice because you're not yelling.
This seems like a reasonable statement, except the reason why she's being called out has nothing to do with whether or not she yells. It has to do with whether or not she's being sincere. Let's continue.
Because you're not yelling like Train and XQC, and even sometimes Hassan, to get your point across.
Now she's using a whataboutism to throw her peers under the bus and make herself seem better. It's funny because she's familiar with this logical fallacy and has pointed it out before.
Is Amazon perfect? No. But what is this whataboutism?
That was in regards to Amazon's low ethical standards and proximity to gambling, a hypocrisy she was called out for due to her moral stance against Kick, another streaming platform. For those who don't know, Amazon owns Twitch, the platform that Pokimane is signed to, so she definitely knows what a whataboutism is.
Let's not get into some whataboutism.
Even though here she's making the claim to hide her own hypocrisy. Anyway, back to the PR voice clip.
Don't you think that important discussions should be had calmly, and clearly showcasing effort to speak calmly, I think is a good thing. And the fact that you view it so negatively goes to show your lack of in-person social skills. And that's really, really embarrassing on your end, if I'm being honest.
So if we're able to communicate in a way where people take us at face value, where people don't find us to be fake or phony, then we're lacking in-person social skills and are embarrassing. I feel so sorry for you that when you try to demean other people for not communicating in the exact same way as you in this sort of soft and flowery voice, that people don't wind up taking you seriously. What a mystery. Like, of course if your tone of voice doesn't match your passive-aggressive statements, then people aren't going to take you at face value.
It's just so reflective of what is considered normal in this community and industry. What's normal is bro, no.
Once again, the criticism wasn't that she doesn't yell or bark at people enough, and now she's just mocking her peers in the most childish way possible. But hey, I'm not a communication expert like Pokimane is. Taking this whole clip into consideration and removing the kind tone, then rephrasing things a bit, she's basically saying, look how immature and embarrassing XQC and Hassan are. They're basically a bunch of wild animals. You people don't even know how to talk to each other. My mode of communication is so much better. I'm just a superior being. Oh my god, how stupid do you have to be to not be able to see that? Pokimane can be a hateful person. She just uses a fake sense of positivity to express it passive-aggressively. It's also particularly disgusting for her to call out people's social skills when the parallel parasocial relationships she profits from are no good for people's social skills. If you weaponize your sense of virtue to attack and demean people who behave differently than you, you're not actually a positive person. She often takes this passive-aggressive and dismissive stance whenever confronted with criticism, saying things like, "You lack social skills. Do you even have friends?" And the classic, "You're just being misogynistic." Now, I'm not saying that misogyny doesn't exist online, but pointing to misogyny when there's a genuine criticism being levied against you is a misdirection. When the whole Twitch versus Kick drama was still in full effect, she says misogyny is the reason why people are upset with her, and that people not getting upset with Asmongold is proof of that. Well, thinking back to what she said in the PR voice clip, maybe she should consider that she's not as good at communicating as Asmongold, because she definitely comes across as condescending here. MooKitty properly points out that Pokimane isn't able to deal with criticism, whether it comes from men or women. And once again, Pokimane takes a passive-aggressive and dismissive stance. I could continue, but I think I've made my point. It is rational for people to see Pokimane as fake. On the other end of the spectrum, we have somebody like Amaranth. I'm not going to devote a whole segment to her because it is a bit obvious. If you think there are problems with parasocial behavior, the adult entertainment industry, or simping, then you're probably not going to like Amaranth or content creators like her. I do think there are problems with the simp economy, and I've made a video about that. Although Amaranth makes adult content and Pokimane doesn't, at least Amaranth is a bit more honest and forthcoming about her behavior. As a side note, I think we can all agree that the whole Amaranth making beer out of her own yeast is absurd to say the least. What a great segue into materialism. Going back to the clip of Asmongold that I played earlier, he also had this to say.
How many times do you see millionaires or some version of streamers' money being used as a pejorative whenever talking about them? I see this all the time. It's because people are jealous. Why wouldn't they be jealous? It makes sense.
While it is common for people to use streamers' wealth as a pejorative or in a derogatory way, this can be said about most lucrative fields that people happen to have disdain for, but the accessibility and popularity of streaming make it a more common target. This isn't the only factor at play when it comes to wealth being used as a pejorative against streamers, though. It is a very normal part of streaming culture for them to talk about each other's wealth, or to talk about money in general.
XQC is so rich now.
He'll pull out $100,000 like you pull out a dollar bill. That's the reaction he'll give.
He was rich before, but like rich in the way I understand it.
In the month of April, I made $500,000.
And it's not because I got like $10 million. It's just because I'm good as I am.
This is who I am?
Can I tell them how much you have in your bank account? Because
Sure.
I know the number.
Why would I compromise my morals and ethics for more money when I have money? Something about that is so cringe.
After investing in Bitcoin, after buying all the shit on eBay, $7,000.
Like, ew.
They wanted $130,000.
Today, I gave my chat 1 hour to buy anything they wanted on Amazon.
Like, these people must think because I was like, sure, I can give you $400K for like 1 or 2 months, Ms. Kiff. They think I'm like secretly hoarding like $10 million or something.
I've been paid $360 million for 16 months of gambling. Yeah. I could buy Hassan, Pokey, and Ludwig all together and sell them and buy them again.
Flaunting wealth is incredibly common on social media in general. This normalizes the focus on finance not only for the audience but for the creators as well. For most of society, it's frowned upon to talk about how much money you make. It's taboo, it's gross. But in social media careers, it's not just normal, it's encouraged. This doesn't just influence the relationship between the audience and the streamer, but money becomes a defining characteristic of the relationships streamers have with one another. I'll look over 2 different clips to support this claim. This one is of Emaru after loaning another streamer, Mizkif, $400,000.
So since the loan shark joke thing started, like 3 or 4 people have come to me to ask me for massive loans. And it's all people that it's like, I'm kind of friends with, so it kind of makes me sad. But oh my, this one person today, so they asked me for a loan half a week ago or something, right? And at first they were like asking for a small amount, and I already kind of didn't want to, but they were like, oh, haha, we can write up a contract, haha. And I was like, sure, whatever.
Hey. All right, we back. Okay. All right.
They wanted
I was on the phone and then my mic stopped working, so I don't know who's still
This
here.
person wanted a loan of
$130,000 follower Sophie Lee.
also to be
Thank you
able
for
to
the
pay it back
follow.
within 20 years with zero interest.
We're gonna be on
That's
for another 30.
the kind of money you would ask
about
from an
30
investor
minutes.
with a legitimate and promising
then
business
I gotta
plan.
go-
And even
I gotta
then,
go
it's
work the
not
day
going to be a
job.
20-year loan with 0% interest. 130 grand isn't casual walking around. Hey,
Yo, this
I accidentally
dagger is
left my
OP.
wallet at
What
home.
the
Can you spot me
fuck?
for a sandwich?
Y'all see me
Kind of
putting in
money.
work with this
This
shit?
is more of a.
The tyrant
So I
murderous
considered the
dagger
value of
blade?
our friendship and noticed the amount of money you
That
loaned
crit
Mizkif
chance is
and
crazy,
figured,
30%.
hey, why not just gamble and see if you can
Charge
still
full
manage to
cells,
respect me
stable charge.
after I ask you for such a large amount of money? If a friend of mine asked
The
me for
grind
a smaller
increases the
amount of
critical
money
hit.
and then sent me a contract asking
A critical hit chance, and then you got a quick stab. So this is a straight offensive technique kind of weapon, but I kind of balanced it towards motivity because when I got it, I don't know if you saw it, the technique was B, and the motivity was like D or some shit. So I balanced out. So it has strong attack and fast attack. Because technique is how fast you attack. Motivity is how strong the weapon is, the weapon itself. And then advance is like status effects. Like this one is a good advanced weapon because it does continuous fire damage. It has a fire attack. You see the fire attack stat there. So this one is good. That's why I wanted to upgrade that just in case I got stuck on a certain boss and I could just try that out. I like to keep everything upgraded, as you see. I haven't tried this bramble sword thing though. This seems like a balance, like a pretty balanced weapon. The halberd was okay. I like the strong attack on the halberd, but this knife go crazy. This knife is ridiculous.
asking for 130 grand, I wouldn't be able to forget that. That would
130
change the
grand's crazy.
dynamic of our friendship forever. And this isn't the only friend that did this to Emaru. It's just probably the most
Why y'all
egregious
fucking with Emaru?
example.
She's so
I
cool.
know that the influence of money isn't exclusive to streamers, but knowing how much the top streamers make and how much that income can vary from streamer to streamer, along with the already strong emphasis on wealth in social media, it's easy to—
Yo, I remember when they leaked what these streamers was making in 2021. Like, the numbers was just silly. Like, you got people making people's salary that they work all year for in a month, sometimes even a week or 2 weeks. Like that's just ridiculous to me. It's just like off of streaming. Like, I understand like there's a grind that needs to be put in, and I'm putting in that grind now. You know, I've already grown in these like 2 consistent months of streaming. We're off and on streaming throughout the years. So one day hopefully I can get there with streaming, but people making 200K a month, 200K a month, 100K a month. And that's not even counting like if they got YouTube channels that are making money. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, how much money these people make. Hold on, wait, let me check my weight. I can't change my arm. Okay. Belt for multi-layer liner. Boom. We're going to put that one on. Strike reduction. Pierce reduction. So we're going to go with this one. $87. Because I don't get really a lot of stabby enemies. I can usually see the stab coming. It's the slashes that, the strikes that be, yeah. The slash damage is the same. Strike damage, I think it's just like punches and shit. And then the pierce is the stabby stab. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's get back to the video.
to imagine a culture of materialism within the streaming community.
Money just changes people, man. And people say it's changed me. You wanna know why? You wanna do something about me?
I'll leak my entire life for you right in front of you. I don't give. I'll leak it all for you, okay? There's a point in my life, recently I guess, where it just felt to me like everybody around me, just that's all they cared about is just money. I'm not trying to act like a victim or something like that or whatever. The only thing that I'm trying to make you understand, okay, is that I didn't change for the longest time, and it felt like that's all people wanted. So yeah, I bought really dumb shit. I wasted money on the stupidest thing I could ever find, right? Just to show that, hey man, listen man, guys, look guys, if you're gonna care that much about it, I care too.
Yo, look at that. Look at that damage reduction.
Because they f***ed me. I was just tired that I would buy myself nothing, do nothing with all the money that I have, and just sit there with idling it when everybody around me, everybody cares about it, wants a part of it. I was like, you know, dude.
Yo, this knife is
yeah,
beastie.
you want a part of this? Here, man. I'll wear one. I'll have one here, and you can see that that's how little I care about your shit. Okay. All the things you care about, I'll wear it, dude. Because you're an idiot. I hate these people. They're annoying. Yeah, that's what he said. Dude, victimity. Do you not understand how that works? Is that it just annoyed the f out of me. It was a way for me to just voice back at them. That like if I cared about them, I'd do that for them. But instead, I'll waste it because that's how little I care about people that just care about money. I would rather see that money go up in flames on useless than being given to people that's all they care about.
Before I get into this,
So basically what he was saying is he'd rather burn his money on fuck shit than give it to people who only want the money because they know he got money. And I feel that. I understand that. Like, when you get up there and you're making that kind of money, people try to guilt trip you and say, oh, you making all this money, you not helping me, da-da-da. Like, it's like that Bow Wow movie, The Lottery Ticket. I don't know if y'all seen The Lottery Ticket, but he was like, I can't eat. And you got the power to change that. This was gaslighting before gaslighting was even a thing. He was like, I can't eat. And you got the power to change. Like, everybody was trying to be nice to him. Everybody that found out that he had the lottery ticket, everybody to be nice to him. The chick that ain't want him before, like, was on his nuts now and shit. Like, his baby mama start acting right and all that. He done abandoned the girl that was liking him even when he was broke. Like, that's a perfect movie about gaslighting right there. But yeah, to XQC's point, it's like, I'd rather blow the money on some fuckery than sit there and give it to people who want money that's just trying to guilt trip me into giving them money. Like fuck you. Like you don't care about me. You don't love me. Like that's corny. Mad corny.
This with a grain of salt. XQC was signed to Kick for $100 million, and I don't think there are very many people on this earth who wouldn't be changed at least a little bit by that amount of money. Also, it does seem like
100 mil, that's athlete money.
At least on some level. With that said, this clip could explain a lot. When XQC first got this lucrative deal, his peers, Pokimane and Hassan, put in a good deal of effort trying to debate him. This was under the guise of, we don't like gambling, we think gambling is immoral. There are problems with gambling, but tag teaming somebody for 2 to 3 hours in a debate to try to make Amazon seem like an ethically superior company has to do with pettiness and envy.
Because let's like you're I'm sorry, I love Pokey, but that was a corny how they got on there and played with him like that and tried to come at him. He was like, oh, I understand if you have money already. Not to say I don't have 10 million, da-da-da, or however much you said. I understand you have money already, but to do cringe shit for money is just weird to me. Like, why are you watching that man bag? Worry about your bag. That tells me that Twitch is not paying her what Kick is paying XQC. And she probably hasn't been offered that much. She's probably got offered like half of that. You know, so because like if I see somebody that's my friend and I'm cool with them, I'm gonna sit there and salute you. I'm gonna be like, you got to the bag. We both in the millions. We both in the 1% of earners in society. We both salute to you. I'm trying to get to your bag. Like people be on that fake shit. That's why I don't really fuck with a lot of like people, period, because they just be on some fake shit. They want to see you. They want to see you do good, but they never want to see you do better than them. I hate that. I hate that. They want to see you
moral
do
code
better
that
than them.
Pokimane and Hassan abide by. It wouldn't matter where this $100 million came from. People like Pokimane would still treat him differently. The phrase crabs in a bucket comes to mind. If a crab at the top has the opportunity to escape, their
Somebody
peers
gonna pull
will
him
try
down.
to pull them back down. But in this clip, that's not necessarily what XQC is referring to. He's talking about the other end of the spectrum. The beggars, the ass kissers, the people who, after getting his deal, all of a sudden want to be extra friendly with XQC. His annoyance with both groups changing their attitude towards him is completely understandable.
crazy.
And with money no longer a concern to him, it would make sense that he starts to act irrationally out of spite. This would explain his more recent flippant and wasteful behavior. Don't get me wrong, I bet he enjoys spending that money too. But would he be as extravagant with things if it weren't for the materialistic culture amongst his peers? I'm not so sure.
He probably
what
wouldn't.
we can say for sure is that XQC is a pretty lazy reactor. This lack of
is.
reaction
Yeah,
during
he is.
reaction
He is.
content is only
not
rivaled
to
by Hassan's
not to say I'm being all buddy with XQC either, because he's problematic as well. Like, you getting $100 million so you could go take a shit while you let the video play. Do you come back, and then even when you are reacting, your reaction is so minimal, and then when people confront you on that, like, you get all defensive and shit. Like, it's crazy. And this is the people that get paid $100 million. So that's why I said, like, these content creators, like, they cool. I'm glad y'all get into the bag. Y'all opening a new lane for new people to come in. You know, a new lane, a new avenue of income that people can get in and maybe one day make that kind of money. But it's corny. Like, his reaction content is trash. I don't watch XQC's content. I don't watch his streams either. But I know who he is.
Room breaks.
ATM, where'd you grow up? What neighborhood you from?
Los Angeles, California, South Central.
South Central. And tell me about your...
Hassan be doing that too. He just pulled off. Left the chair empty type shit. That's tough. And then the headrest itself is $200. Sheesh.
To be honest, I don't have a problem with React content in particular. For me, I like the potential exposure that reactions can provide, even if they're being critical of my video or hardly reacting to it at all. However, just because I don't like the idea of people striking down other people's reactions doesn't mean I automatically think all reactors are good content creators. If someone like Hassan misrepresents an argument in the video or leaves the room for several minutes as it plays, that's certainly fair grounds for criticism. I don't think sloppy reactions justify filing a copyright claim, but reactors, especially ones like Hassan, are often going to be, understandably, stuck with the reputation for being bottom feeders of content. What he does isn't some form of high art or a noble pursuit. If Hassan gave himself enough time to construct some sort of narrative, or at the very least occasionally gave himself some distance from social media, I think he'd be in a much better...
He streamed 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. every day. God damn. That's dedication. I ain't gonna lie. So you got 12 hours to sleep, and then you get right back up and start streaming again. 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. is fucking crazy. Every
place
day.
To make content that's actually worth something. Normally, this dialogue around his rather careless approach to content...
But I mean, if that's all you do, you ain't got no job or nothing like that, and this is all you do, this is your job, and you're making millions, I can see why.
Just start and end there. However, since Hassan is a politically influential figure, his carelessness has more far-reaching implications.
It's interesting that you call me a propagandist, because I want to play you... This was your reaction to when the hospital got
I'm
bombed.
a propagandist.
Well, no,
For the record.
I'm not calling
I'm a
you that.
propagandist.
I'm just saying, I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then, I want to
I'm
play...
saying I am.
I just
before
want to put
you even play it. And not because I'm a propagandist. As far as me being a propagandist goes, everyone is a propagandist. I'm just honest about it. You're a propagandist. We have our
I'm
biases.
curious who you think I'm
I
a
am at least
propagandist
honest
for.
about my biases.
Who do you think I'm a propagandist for?
Who do I think you're a propagandist for? Whichever every media person is doing propaganda.
Yeah, but who for? I've got to be doing it for somebody.
You think it's a bad word? I don't. That's just the difference.
I should be clear. I am no expert on
we gonna
geopolitical
max this
conflict,
motherfucker out.
and I don't care
We gonna
enough
max
to
that
become
Tyrant
one.
Blade out.
Something
Yeah.
I do care
We
about,
gonna max it.
however,
I might. This
communication
might be
and
my
how
new
it's
main.
used in media. The definition of the word propaganda is a bit more general than you may think. Technically speaking, Hassan isn't necessarily wrong when he says everyone in news media is a propagandist.
Yeah.
But he'd also be semantically correct if he called fitness advocates propagandists. With this kind of rationality, you could dismiss all parents and teachers.
Whenever you have a bias towards a certain, you know what I'm saying, group or topic or something, like let's go back to the definition of propaganda.
Media
information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. You know, so you're trying to, anything that can be politicized, and if you're leaning towards it, you're a propagandist. So everybody, left, right, middle, center, are propagandists if they promote that side of it, you know. And some of it can be misleading because oftentimes these content creators, including Hassan, do not get their facts straight. So, you know what? At least he admitted to being a propagandist. At least he admitted to it. I got to give him that. At least.
Is a propagandist.
Even though he's not
but
the
he'd
best
also be
person
semantically
to follow
correct
behind.
if he called fitness advocates propagandists. With this kind of rationality, you could dismiss all parents and teachers as propagandists.
go back
Are
to the
you
graph.
worried about a friend's drinking problem? Well, you're probably just a propaganda peddler. Stop being so biased and stop promoting a positive view of clean living.
I see
We
what
need
you're
a
doing.
word
I
for
see what you're doing.
information or misinformation that's being used in a malicious way.
Like,
We
by
don't-
definition, like, everybody's a propagandist, but it's just like, you got to bring morality into it. Like, you're not a bad person for wanting your friend to stop destroying their life with their addiction to whatever it might be, like whatever drug it might be. I see what
Need
you're saying.
someone like Hassan to cheapen the word propaganda and make it more ambiguous, especially in today's media environment. We need to be able to call out propaganda without other people trying to correct us saying, well, everything is propaganda, so it doesn't matter. We don't need to be conflating whatever good, honest journalism we can manage to find with malicious, manipulative propaganda. They are not the same thing, and it's dangerous to say they are. The negative connotation attached to the word propaganda is not only necessary, but it's the whole point of using such a word. Hassan seems to know this as well, because at one point during the Piers Morgan interview, he says, see, this is why I call you a propagandist.
See, this is why I call you a propagandist, Piers.
A call out and an insult that would be entirely unnecessary if everyone in news media was a propagandist, like Hassan says. And what would Hassan's impressionable audience think about this normalization and downplaying of propaganda? Oh wow, I never realized propaganda was so edgy, cool, and acceptable. I never knew propaganda was so based. Oh boy, I can't wait to tell my friends at school how counterculture I've become. The 8th graders might even let me sit with them. That's right, I don't just watch the news, I consume propaganda from my favorite propagandist, Hassan Biker, who gives me the correct propaganda. In this interview, he also tries to claim he doesn't cover breaking news, which is just a straight-up lie.
I usually have a policy of not covering breaking news, and sometimes that policy is violated, but ultimately I am not held up by the same journalistic standards, even though I think I do a much better job than most other news outlets in general.
He covers whatever is, to quote Hassan, popping off on Twitter, which quite often includes breaking news.
I'm just a dumb idiot.
But let's get back to the main topic of this video. What are Hassan's thoughts on streamers being hated?
I remember a time when like YouTuber was like a new concept. Everyone thought YouTubers were despicable, and then new kind of content came around.
They still do.
And then people started hating whoever, like they hated Viners. But right now it's streamers.
I don't think this is that bad of a take. There are times when it's in fashion to hate certain things. It's far more complicated than that, but Hassan makes other points.
I think people are currently just shitting on streamers because they hate everything that era of their lives remind them of. You know what I mean? Like they hated COVID, they hate all the bad feelings they had, feeling secluded, feeling alienated, feeling socially isolated. and they certainly hate having to be indoors and whatnot. And what did they do during that time? They watched a lot of Twitch streams.
Once again, I don't think he's that far off the mark, but if watching streamers was a positive and healthy escape during that time, I don't think there would be this negative association with it. I think people started to realize these parasocial relationships aren't helping them with their loneliness at all, not just that it reminds them of a rough period of their life. Let's continue.
There is not enough money in this space yet to make Twitch streamers look like real celebrities in the same way that like YouTubers are considered kind of
y'all making millions, bro.
Status.
What are you talking about?
You just kind of, no matter what happens through social,
y'all have audiences of millions
look
of
at people in the internet.
This nigga Kashinet calls a riot. Y'all linking up with celebrities and entertainers and things of that nature. Y'all on news. Y'all on the news and shit. Some of y'all are low key celebrities.
Entertainment sector, and you perceive
and
them
the
as like
there.
valid, and you perceive them as like deserving of their wealth, kind of. You know what I mean? But e-celeb is bull. You know, I am bull. I'm not like a real celebrity. I'm not. I would never think that. I don't think I'm like an actually famous person.
Okay, now this part I have some more
Depends
issues
on how you
with.
define
First
fame.
of all, it's not the money that makes somebody a celebrity. It's the fame. If millions of people know who you are,
Yeah, if millions of people know who you are, you're
celebrity.
famous.
Just
You really don't
because
gotta do
there's
much
not
for
as
money.
much money in streaming as there is in Hollywood doesn't mean massively popular streamers aren't celebrities. Second, while people do see celebrities of old media and new media differently,
Shit, I don't think it's by much, bro. Like between streaming, like see what with the top. Then again, okay, I get it because like only like a small 1%, 2% of streamers are making what probably a higher percentage of people make that are high paid in Hollywood. There's probably more high paid actors and actresses than high paid streamers, and we talking millions. We talking in the millions and better. So yeah, okay, I understand that.
Hassan is still rather famous. More importantly, he's influential to younger millennials and Gen Z, a demographic that's known for being difficult to market.
Well, I'm an
and
older
appeal
millennial
to.
now. I'm 32.
Someone like Brad Pitt is definitely more famous, but he doesn't have the kind of political influence over the youth like Hassan does. Downplaying
he's an
this
actor.
influence seems irresponsible yet convenient for him. He claims to be just a dumb Twitch streamer, but at the same time, he is one of the most prominent political voices that younger people look to. This is more convenient for him because he can be more provocative and reckless without taking as much responsibility. Blurring the line between entertainer and political influencer is advantageous for people like Hassan, but only adds to the confusion of an already hostile and confounding political landscape. Hassan isn't the only streamer with this problem.
If you have a democratic style of governance, you are entrusting people with one of the most awesome and radical of responsibilities. And that's saying that you're going to pick the people that are going to make some of the hardest decisions in all of human history. If you're going to trust people to vote correctly, you have to be able to trust them to have open and honest dialogue with each other.
This is another political streamer, Destiny, having a conversation with Lex Friedman. I want to establish that by using Destiny's logic, he is in a position of great responsibility. If democracy is a radical responsibility for every individual voter, then those with political influence over thousands need to be held to a much higher standard of responsibility. Not only does Destiny have an audience of thousands and thousands of people, he also coordinates canvassing campaigns. According to the recruitment for the 2024 canvassing effort, they're gearing up for the largest project anyone in the online politics space has ever attempted, and they need your help. This adds even more responsibility to Destiny's position. Not to mention, there are people in his audience more willing to listen to him rather than their parents or family, even on non-political issues.
Listen, the guy that I was like, I don't need to listen to my parents, I can listen to my streamer growing up, and now this guy's turning around saying everything I heard and I told my parents to off about, and now I'm like, dude, I don't know. Maybe I hedged my bets in the wrong place.
In this clip, they're talking about psychiatrics and taking medication, a serious topic. Destiny does say during this conversation, "Don't listen to me, I'm being toxic," but he also says he's speaking from the heart. And then towards the end of the hour-long conversation, he urges his audience not to take any of it seriously. So then he can shirk the responsibility of having the discussion he just had in front of thousands of people. But then what about the people who were tuning in and out who wound up taking Destiny at face value when he was talking about cardio health and Adderall?
Your heart is the main concern? It's not. I'm pretty sure my heart is going to be healthier on Adderall because I'm probably going to be going to the gym every single day, because my sleep is going to be better regulated, because I'm going to be awake when I need to be. My habits are going to be better regulated. I'm pretty sure the overall gains in health, even cardiovascular, would probably be superior on amphetamines than off amphetamines.
No, that's wrong on every front. Not only can Adderall cause insomnia, but working out on it can potentially cause a heart attack or stroke. I guess we'll just chalk this one up to an oversight. This next clip is of Destiny commenting on something Hassan said about Destiny's audience.
He knows that my community is not full of f***ing racists, because they were all nut hugging the f*** out of him when I was like nice enough to give him a little spot in the dirt to grow.
This isn't the main point I'm trying to make with this clip, but Hassan isn't the one who dropped out of college. He actually got a double major in political science and communication studies.
Okay, so you know what?
Has a family connection.
You know what? I give Hassan, a lot of people give him a hard time, but one thing I will say is at least he went to school and got a degree for it. So he has some ground to stand on when it comes to talking about politics. A lot of people just be getting on here talking bullshit. You know, now, but that being said, just because he has a degree in politics doesn't mean, you know, he's the end all be all, but at least he has something to stand on to back up his opinions. Like, I went to school for this shit type shit. Some people just be talking out their ass and they don't even know nothing. So I guess I give him credit for that.
Action at the Young Turks and got his start there. Did Destiny change the course?
Oh shit, he was on Young Turks. Wow, that's why he looks so familiar.
Without Destiny, to imply otherwise is delusional. Let's continue to the main point of this clip.
The full nuclear option was yesterday. I almost said, I don't want Hassan ever watching a clip of mine again, and I'll never watch anything of his again. And if he watches of mine, I'll DMCA the out of it. He can counterclaim me, and I'll take my Jewish lawyer that I got from Canada, and we'll go to court over it if he wants to watch any of my shit on stream. That's why I almost went to yesterday, but decided not to, because when we get into the weird, everybody's DMCing people, it gets really weird. But it was pretty funny when he got DMC'd by the other guys, so I almost thought about it, but I didn't, okay?
So Destiny was seriously thinking about DMCAing him and starting some sort of court battle, and thinks it's funny when Hassan gets DMCA'd by other people. And what was this over again? Hassan making one of the most common arguments you hear in left-leaning spaces?
Is this the Kai Senate guy? Oh, this is the speed guy, okay. There's like this whole new legion of like
this was racist.
black Zoomer streamers, and for as much as they talked about how like all white people did was scream at the camera, I feel like that's all these guys do.
Have this like weird argument
because you don't watch the content,
because Destiny worded something in the most like awful way he possibly could. It's just like it's just going to galvanize all the most ridiculous, sweatiest cringe lords on the internet, some of which who frequent Destiny's community 100%.
For sure.
It's not an argument that I agree with, but for Destiny to get that bent out of shape and to lose his mind like that, it's beyond childish and embarrassing. And Destiny's immediate response was even more ludicrous.
Why does this degenerate f***ing loser say this shit? Like, why not go to more clubs where like little girls are being trafficked? Isn't that what you like?
Whoa. Wow, what a proportional response. Just imply or call the other person a predator. And Destiny's the one who brought up DMCAing, striking down each other's channel, and taking each other to court. Are you kidding me? Ah, well that's just drama. Surely Destiny doesn't engage in bad faith when it comes to real political discussion, right?
Vosh calls Destiny a sophist and says that he's the ultimate incarnation of the problem with online debate. Do you think he'll show a single clip or example of me when he says this, or do you think he's going to do the simulacrum thing again? Please, God. I already know he's not going to. So I'm being performative now when I say this. No, I'm not being performative. I do genuinely hope he does. I hope he gives one example. I hope that he gives one example of me doing this in a debate. So if you tell me, if you say, Destiny, I feel like you misrepresent people's arguments, and then I ask you, okay, well, what argument have I misrepresented? And you go, well, I don't have any examples. Then those are your feelings. We're talking feelings.
They're all examples. I don't think you could find an argument where you actually argued somebody's point. I think you can just...
Okay, but you can't name... It's so strange that I do this so often, but you can't name a single time it's happened. That's very strange.
I just did.
Okay, so we can talk specifically then about that, about me arguing with Mr. Medicare. If you're listening to me and you're a mutual fan of me and Vosh, or if you're some Vosh fan that stumbled into here because some Discord said that I was talking about him, you should, when you're watching content creators, and this doesn't just apply to me or Vosh, when you're watching content creators and they talk about other streamers, you should ask them for Wait, you said that streamer said that? Do you have a clip of that? Do you have a source of that? Is that true?
Now, this is a reasonable request. Ask for evidence when somebody makes a claim. And somebody recently provided a clip on Twitter of Destiny arguing for, well, the kind of violence that's intended to wipe out a certain group. While I don't like that they tried to get YouTube involved, it does technically violate TOS. Now that there's a clip for Destiny to respond to, how does he react? There's a reason all of these leftists will only ever try to dig back weeks and weeks for one-off comments or jokes rather than actually engage with any of the arguments on the merits.
I mean, you said find the clip though,
what? It's cringe now if somebody takes the time to find the evidence, which is what Destiny was begging for, and then he tries to dismiss it as a one-off comment or a joke. But then the people who watch him point out, no, this is your position. This is the position that you've been taking during this whole conflict. Destiny responds saying, actually, that wasn't a one-off comment. That actually wasn't a joke. That really is my position, but you need a little bit more context to understand why it's so smart. Oh my god, you sound like a fascist. Why are you arguing like a fascist? I'm gonna try to dismiss you as a fascist now. Just to recap, Vosh and others have called out Destiny for being disingenuous. Destiny emphasizes the importance of evidence and clips to his audience when others make claims. A clip of him using violent rhetoric is brought to his attention. He makes fun of the effort of finding the clip in the first place and tries to write it off as a one-off comment, as a joke. His audience points out this is a lie. Destiny moves the goalpost once more and tries to gaslight the opposition. Like I said with Pokimane, it's very hard to prove a character judgment. But if you're trying to make the argument that Destiny is dishonest and he asks you for a clip, this is an opportunity for Destiny to lead you on a wild goose chase, to distract you from your argument about him being dishonest.
But you can't name, it's so strange that I do this so often, but you can't name a single time it's happened. That's very strange.
I just
to me.
did.
Okay, so we can talk specifically then about that, about me arguing with Mr. Medicare.
Which makes it completely reasonable to think Destiny is dishonest. It's something he did 4 years ago, and it's something he still does now.
Vosh calls Destiny a sophist and says that he's the ultimate incarnation of the problem with online debate. Do you think he'll show a single clip or example of me when he says this, or do you think he's going to do the simulacrum thing again?
When you stream just about every day and stream up to 10 hours a day, it's absurd to expect people to remember exactly when you said something and for them to be able to provide a clip each and every time. And when he is confronted with a clip, he's willing to dismiss it rather than address it.
Play it. Why don't we play this clip?
Is that we're doing the clip farming now? I don't have to. I don't talk in clips. I don't exist in 30-second clips. You should ask them for. Wait, you said that streamer said that? Do you have a clip of that? This is it. This is all it is. It's the clip farming. It's the clip farming. Do you have a source of that? Is that true? Yeah, I'm not gonna have you play clips to me like we're 4 years old, my dude.
Even though he's the one trying to normalize bringing up clips as evidence, which is fair. So if Destiny is going to flip-flop this hard on his position of bringing up clips, he shouldn't be asking for them or telling his audience to ask for them.
Now 4 years old.
When he's called out for being dishonest, he should be asking himself, do I gaslight people? Do I move the goalpost? Do I distract them from the conversation they're trying to have? Which are things he does.
All the red pill people that I fight against, that I say like you shouldn't do this, is how you build a healthy relationship, all of those things are things that I do unironically in the worst way.
Maintaining division in political discourse is profitable for people like Hassan and Destiny. The toxicity is good for viewership, which normally I wouldn't really care about. I love toxic content. But Destiny is the one trying to preach about the radical responsibility of democracy and influence elections, all while being a massive yet irresponsible influence. Here's a clip of Destiny addressing his audience.
All you guys do is you're just a bunch of retards baiting the other retards, but then you act like you're not retarded. Like, that's what you're doing, right? Like, you guys act retarded, and then the other side sees it, and then they act retarded, and then you guys go, look, they're retards, and then you guys act retarded, and then they go, oh, look, they're retarded, and then you guys just infinitely circle bait each other into it, like, into perpetuity. That's what you guys do. And the entire time, you guys think you have the moral high ground because the last person to act retarded right before you do was them. It's so
You dropping that
stupid.
R crazy.
It's so
But this is how Destiny often engages with people. Knowing how much influence he has over his audience, they probably learnt this circle baiting behavior from Destiny. So what does Destiny think about streamers being hated? This is a tweet in regards to reactions, but it also gives us a more general idea as to why Destiny thinks streamers are hated. He says that it's popular to hate them, and that's all there really is to it. This is similar to one of the points Hassan was making.
I'm saying it's the wave right now, and it will inevitably pass pass and they will move on, and they will turn around and start shifting their attention to whoever the next wave of content, where the next wave of content is coming from. That's it, because it's a popular thing.
But Destiny's take is certainly more reductionist. 2 days earlier, however, he tweeted, "Almost every single person that inhabits the streaming YouTube world is a horrible human being. I'm grateful for the incredibly few people, less than 10 and 13 years, I've met who haven't turned out that way." Well, that seems like quite the contradiction, and the only way it wouldn't be a contradiction is if Destiny is saying this from a place of intellectual superiority, that he's the only one that's able to see the scummy behavior amongst streamers. And anyone else who hates streamers, well, they're just doing it.
I'm done with these little political videos. So yeah, we're done. We're done for today. I'll probably do some more grinding off stream, so I can max out this blade, because I'm loving this blade right now. This blade is looking crazy. This Tyrant Dagger. It seems like it's OP. I don't know. It seems like it's not like. I'll see why you get it in the last chapter of the game, because like. This is crazy. You get a crit, you get 30% crit. So every 10 hits, 3 of them are going crit. That's crazy. And this stabs quick because the technique is fast on it. It was B before, but now it's C. So now I balance it out with some extra strength, and just for lowered attack speed, but it moves faster than every weapon that I have. Like, this is crazy, and it keeps you light. It's a small weapon too. I might keep this build and try it out. Let's see what's up. I don't know. I'm feeling this, but yeah. So that's it for today, y'all. Tomorrow's gonna be Alan Wake 2. We gotta finish Alan Wake 2. We'll probably be finished it by, if not Thursday, then next week. All right. So and then we're gonna be starting a new game on Friday. Just check the schedule. It's Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name. And yeah, it's lit. So we back to consistent streams. Thank you, Sophie Lee, for the follow. Thank you, my boy Savage Wolf, pulling up in the chat. So y'all can check him out. Make sure y'all follow. My boy. And yeah, that's it, y'all. So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We out. 1.